Welcome to the Learning to Love podcast. I'm Paul Moschetta.
And I'm Evelyn Moschetta. We are marriage therapists who are married and have been living and working together for over 40 years.
Evelyn, did you know that it takes professional athletes and musicians about 10,000 repetitions before they develop highly accurate muscle memory so that they can perform with confidence?
No, I didn't know that.
It's a clear illustration that repetition and learning go together. And couples, just like athletes and musicians, need repetition while learning how to become better partners to one another. So with that in mind, I thought it might be a good idea to go over some of the important pointers in the topic of relationship communication.
Okay, well, communication is the central nervous system of our marriage or committed relationship. As a couple, you literally talk your way through your life together. What you say and how you say it, what you hear and how you react to it, impacts each unfolding moment between you. And those moments, good, bad, or indifferent, create the overall feeling of what it's like to be together. Good relationship communication requires two important social skills. A, being a good listener, and B, being an accurate self-sharer. These skills are not fixed at birth, they are learned, and so they can be improved with practice. To be a good listener, you need to be self-aware. And you need to have a quiet mind. We all know how difficult it is to hear when there's a lot of background noise going on. Well, when most of that background noise comes from inside your own head, listening to your partner becomes a real challenge. Listening is one of the most important things we do as human beings. Listening conveys caring, and it's caring that bonds people together. Active listening is the name given to high-quality, empathetic listening. It's a kind of listening where you listen so as to actually hear both the words being said and the feelings that go with them. Active listening can't happen when you have an agenda or a motive operating beneath the listening. And active listening can't happen if what you hear triggers automatic emotional reactions from the past. For example, 1, you can't really listen when you're looking to place blame or make the other person wrong. 2, you can't really listen when you have a strong need to be right, to win, or to be seen as smart or clever or funny. All such motives make you only a half listener. And 3, you can't really listen if you're playing amateur lawyer, preparing your counter argument while pretending to look interested. 4, you can't really listen if you're guarded and defensive, and so you shut down when things get too emotionally close. And 5, you can't really listen if your mind wanders and your attention is compromised. Listening requires your full attention without your ego getting in the way. So if you're judgmental or critical or forming an opinion or having already formed a conclusion, you are not listening. Self-awareness and active listening go together.
We don't realize it, but when we listen with our whole body. Being self-aware of your body and mind is what helps you monitor your motives and reactions as they come up. You can feel yourself tense up, feel your heart beat faster, or your stomach tighten. And you can see reactive thoughts of anger, guilt, hurt, or shame flashing on the screen of your mind. Being self-aware is paying attention to the changing sensations and thoughts as they move through your body and your mind. The more self-aware you are, the less power your ego has to move you in directions you don't want to go in. When it comes to expressing yourself in conversations, it's self-awareness that allows you to know your thoughts and feelings and present them so that they can be heard and understood by your partner. Sharing your thoughts and feelings and the feelings that go with them is called self-disclosure. It's the process of revealing your inner self, as well as the more surface level aspects of how you are in any given moment. Now, most of us are better at sharing thoughts while our feelings get left behind. It's our conditioning to be rational. Just the facts, please, that leaves us emotionally challenged. Ask your partner how they feel, and they will probably tell you what they're thinking and not even notice the difference. Take a minute right now and make a list of how many feelings you can identify after happy, sad, mad, and scared. See, it's not so easy. Actually, there are well over 100 feeling states that can be identified. You can become more aware of your feelings by deliberately tuning into them. A few times each day, ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Then turn your attention inward and scan your body and for the telltale sensations like muscle pain or tension, feeling nervous or on edge, or just feeling contented and okay. Take a look and see what thoughts might be related to how you're feeling. This simple practice will make you a better self-sharer, a better communicator in the conversation that shapes your relationships. When talking with your partner about an issue that has caused conflict in the past, step 1 is to be careful to avoid beginning sentences with you. You statements are the lead-in to blaming and shaming. They will definitely put your partner on the defensive and short-circuit your conversation. An example of a you statement might be, again, you forgot to put gas in the car. You never follow through on anything. While an I statement could look like, when I get in the car and the gas is near empty, I feel disappointed and nervous about getting stuck on the road. I statements have a low risk of blame and judgments. Step 2, use I statements to convey your position on a subject. Share both your thoughts and feelings so your partner gets a complete picture of how you think and feel. Step 3, make sure you're emotionally and physically in sync. Don't smile when you're feeling sad, and don't look stern and uptight if you say you're okay. Match your words and feelings so they appear to go appropriately together. Step 4, when you're finished, ask your partner for feedback. It's good to use the phrase, so tell me, what did you hear me say? They will then repeat back what they heard. Most of the time, they will not get it right. They'll leave some part out. Step 5, you'll fill in the blanks and ask them to say it back again. Take your time. You'll be surprised how many times you'll go back and forth before a complete understanding is arrived at. Once they've gotten a clear picture of your point of view, switch roles. Step 6, now you become the listener and begin the process all over again. Practice this kind of reciprocal listening and self-sharing with topics that are not major triggers for either one of you. Once you feel confident in the process, you can tackle more contentious issues. Remember to go slow and not rush one another. Maintain eye contact as a way to show your interest and your concern. And by all means, keep your ego out of the picture. Have your best self direct the conversation, and you'll both enjoy the gift of being heard and feeling understood.
Until next time, thank you so much for listening.